here! I gotta get over here! Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Okay. I am finally here. I am finally doing the reaction to 1090. Whoa. A dude just went weird. Okay. Woo! Give me just a second to check on the volume real quick. Okay, so before we get into started, we gotta do this right. Greetings, creatures and humans alike. MagiQDog doing the reaction to 1090 of One Piece. And I will be honest, I did not expect it to came in so early. I thought I had time, but no. I was just browsing on my YouTube page like normal and stuff, just, you know, minding my own business. And then bam! One of the YouTubers I see pops up his reaction to it. I'm like, wait, what? We're still in the middle of break. So I looked it up. No! Turns out it got released early, so I was like, holy shit! So yeah, I am finally doing it. And as for Thursday, if 1091 doesn't come up, which I highly doubt it will, I'll just do Minecraft or something. Or just do whatever. At this point, I just don't know. Anyways, let's get started. Oh, right. Spoiler warnings, just in case anyone doesn't get the memo. Okay. Let me pop it up. Alright. Here's the cover story. We have Captain Kuro is reading a book peacefully with some cats as he's at a window. With the night sky, got a fancy place. I hope it's not the mansion. Oh, stop, you need to go back to Sarah Village. Let's see. And we got some cats with glasses. Kind of matches them. Okay. I think one of them is laying on his lap because when you look at it and stuff, he looks like he's got a tail just poking out. Anyways, page 1. Things squeaky too. Oh, Phoebe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a good one, I could just tell. Okay, we see Luffy picking up the Den Den Mushi's mic. And he's like, hello? I'm Monkey D. Luffy. I'm the man that's going to become the Pirate King. And then you have someone be like, Luffy, what in God's name are you doing? And then we see the entirety of the Navy ship along with Egghead Island. And we see Luffy just announcing, we are in an alliance with Dr. Vegapunk. If you want York to come back safely, then withdraw your fleet from around this shore immediately. And then we have a little image of York being like, ah, save me. And then, okay, so we have Kizaru just looking like, what? We have some Marines just being, that are just shaking in their boots being like, oh could they be so low? They're as evil as the rumors say. Ah! Then you have this one guy that's like, well, actually, I actually seen them in action. They don't seem that bad. And the others are just like, shut up! Okay, that part didn't happen, but you know, scenarios. We did see Morgan just reacting to this along with Fifi and Waffle, and he's like, what is this I'm hearing? What is going on down there? And you just have Fifi just mortified like, Luffy! Okay, now we are back to the Goro State's Room of Authority. I kind of stole that from taking a little bit, my bad. Anyways, they are reacting to where Marcus Mars is just asking like, you're Straw Hat, correct? Tell me, who is alive with you in the Labosphere right now? And you just have Luffy being like, well, if we count the injured ones, I think we have... Then you just hear Nico Robin being like, Luffy, don't say anything! And she just hungs up on them. We didn't see Shepard being like, that woman's voice. I'm pretty sure that's Nico Robin. We did see over to Luffy and the others, where we just have Nami just shaking her head in disappointment. And we see Robin sitting down, being like, hey, talking to them is only going to give them valuable information. So we can't just easily let that loose, okay? And we just see Luffy being like, oh, my bad. But that's going to make him withdraw, right? And you just see Usopp being like how it does! Don't underestimate the Marines, Luffy! My voice got a little rough there all of a sudden. My bad. But yeah. We didn't see Che Garcia being like, we have to protect 3 things. Pretty much the physical safety of York, the punk wreckers, which is Vegapunk brain, and finally, the power plant that's needed to produce the Mother Flame. So, this makes it sound like the Mother Flame is like an actual physical weapon? Because I saw like a theory that's like, what if the Mother Flame is just the power source that's needed to power up one of the ancient weapons? But this doesn't seem the case. Anyways, Saturn's like, anything else can be a loss, except for those 3. Understand? Okay. Page 2. You jerk. Oh, yeah, I really don't like that. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in a bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, never mind, there's still more. Okay. So, here we got something very interesting. After what Garcia said, we didn't have Doberman, I remember the name this time. He's like, but sir, Rob Lucci and his squad are still down there, along with the other Cyberpool agents. And Garcia's like, huh, I'm just considering the worst possible scenario, but it is important that we prioritize the most important factors for us. And you should see Doberman just bowing down, being like, understood, sir. And this is the part that I personally don't like. Humans are no different from insects. Even if their numbers reduce, they will just multiply again. And you just have Doberman being like, yes, sir. Yeah, I really don't like him. Anyways, cutting over to Egghead, you have York just bawling her eyes out, being like, you heard that, right? I made a deal with the Gorosei. If you hurt me in any way, they will destroy this entire island, just like how they did to O'Hara. Then, whack. You have Nami just being angry and stuff, with an injured York with a head bump, and she's just crying like, ah! That hurt! You're gonna pay for that! The girls say it's gonna hear about this! And you just see Nami being like, oh yeah? Go ahead! I don't care! Then you have Zoro trying to calm her down, being like, hey, Nami, she's unarmed. Don't hurt her. And you just see Robin just smiling and stuff. No. You also see Chopper tending to her, being like, so are your wounds being alright? Being alright? What the heck? I mean, are you feeling better, Robin? Now, we see a full view of everyone. Let's see. Oh man, this is gonna be hard to explain. Okay, I'm just gonna go from left to right. We see Brooke and Frankie just looking at Naomi just poking the climate attack at York's cheek. And we see Zoro trying to stop her. We see Shinbei in the background. We see Robin and Chopper, where Chopper is tending to her wounds. We also see Sanchi serving up a drink to Chillery Bonnie, who's just eating a piece of meat, and we see Luffy just cramming down. We see Vegapunk just ready to go. Let's see. We see Kaku. Yeah, Kaku. He is injured and is laying down on one of those tables. And we see Rob Lucci sitting next to him. We see Atlas, looks like she's trying to fix an intercom. We see Lilith crying for Edison. And we see Usopp working on some comms. Now, with all that explained, I guess tell you what happened. While, oh, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Anyways, we see Robin continuing on telling Chopper, being like, yes, I'm doing very okay, thank you. And you just see Chopper being like, don't think that's gonna make me happy, you bastard. I'm just gonna say it. Like, who cares about that word? Let's see. We see Kaku complaining, being like, even though I was facing off against two of those Therapuns, I'm still ashamed. And we see Rob just trying to cheer him up, being like, I know how you feel. Just get some rest and forget about all that, alright, buddy? Then we see Lilith just crying her eyes out, being like, Chaka, Pythagoras, Edison! And we just see Edison being like, hey, I'm still alive, you know. And we see Usopp being like, shh, stop bawling, Lilith. I'm trying to get the intercoms to be connected, okay? Now then. We see a very touching scene of Lilith just holding Edison and stuff, just crying her eyes out. And then we hear this dialogue. The state of the Vegapunk satellites, 4 of them are heavily injured and 2 of them are dead. As for the Straw Hats, and we see Kaku being like, hey, what are you whispering over there, Lucci? And he's like, with a serious look, being like, hang on, gotta get an angry look. Being like, nothing, just talking to myself. Okay, page 3. Man, page 2 was a long one. Okay, this is interesting. So, bubbles. Okay, so we see Usopp talking at an intercom, being like, "Hey, everyone that's down below us, everything's okay down there?" We didn't see a map of the laboratory, which is nice. We're seeing the basement of the underground basement. And we just see Cyberpool just partying out. Like, they are having a blast. You see some guys drinking and cheering. We see some guys crying. Two of them are just chowing down at foods. All the while, they're being like, "Straw Hat Crew! Oh, thank you for saving us! Oh, this food is delicious!" While you see others being like, "Hey, don't call them out, they're still our enemies!" "I know, but they saved us, and this food is delicious!" We did see some of them like, "Hey, can you get us out of here, by the way?" And it was like, we can't do that, sorry. Then we just see a few of them being creeped out, looking over to the side, being like, "Well, can you at least move us somewhere else? Because these creatures are giving us the creeps." We didn't see the guys looking over at a bubble with a seraphim in it. And Usopp's asking like, "Well, aren't the seraphim your allies?" And they're like, "Well, technically yeah, but what if they go on a rampage again?" And Usopp is like, "Hey, Vegapunk, can you guarantee their safety?" And he is explaining this. And as he explains this, it shows all 4 of the seraphim trapped in these bubbles, which they are called bubble shields. Let's see. Anyways, let me do my I'm not gonna say voice. Okay, I'm speaking in Dr. Vegapunk. "Of course! These bubbles are made of the same bubble shields used by the Pacifista Mark III. These bubbles are even bomb-proof. It's made with the same properties of the Sea Prism Stones, which makes them very effective against Devil Fruit users." Hey, you know, I didn't think that sounds bad. What do you guys think? Anyways, moving on. Anyways, we see Mihawks being like, "How come they're looking down at us?" And you also see S-Snake, no, S-Hawk, S-Snake, my bad. We see S-Snake being like, with her also upset. Now then, we also hear more of the Cyberpool, as they're like, "Oh, that's amazing! We just thought those were just regular soap bubbles." Really? These giant bubbles that's got the seraphim trapped, and you think they're just regular soap bubbles? Really? 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 Anyways, we see S-Snake with her just twinning a little bit, and she's like talking to the Cyberpool, being like, "You You don't have to worry about us. We didn't receive any orders to eliminate you. You are no concern of us whatsoever. I swear, there's like something that's keeping me from speaking right. Anyways, page 4. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we have the cyberpool being like, oh, that's good. Don't skin off my bones then. We didn't see S-Snake just relaxing in her bubble, and we see like this monitor with a transponder snail being like up in front of her, and we see Frankie being like, oh. Why did I say oh? Anyways, hang on, give me a second. My brain is malfunctioning. Okay. Frankie's like, well, even so, we're still grateful to you, S-Snake. Thanks for helping us, doing the shit. Basically, thanks for not turning us into stone. And we see Frankie talking to him, and we also see Vegapunk being like, well, that's strange. I don't remember programming her to act like that in any way possible. Let's see. We didn't see S-Snake remembering a flashback of Luffy pretty much grabbing hold of her shoulders, being like, Hancock, these are my friends! You have to undo your powers on them! Please, you're the only one that can save them! As we see a close view. We did see S-Snake just blushing, holding her face and stuff, and looking to the side, being like, okay, I'm gonna undo it. Just don't look into my eyes directly. We did see, back to the present, we see Shinbei laughing, being like, ha ha ha. She's basically the perfect copy of Hancock. She looks down on everyone else except for Luffy. It's funny to know that you base her on the same emotions towards her Luffy. And we just see Vegapunk writing this down being like, interesting. So these emotions are considered one of the pieces of information that is transferred to the lineage factor during the cloning process. Very, very interesting. Sorry, had to take a breather. Page 5. Oh my god, no, no. Oh, Boa Hancock got some competition now. Okay, so we have Luffy looking at the monitor being like, thanks again, Hancock. And we just see her blushing, being like, did you just say that you love me? And it's like, no. I mean, I get it. It's S-Snake, but still. Oh my goodness, that's funny as heck. We did see Atlas looking at Vegapunk being like, Stella, I was able to get the comm system to work again. However, I still can't open up the Frontier Dome. And Vegapunk's being like, well, we can't escape here if we can't disable the barrier. We then see York laying down and being all smug, being like, ha, it's useless. I locked everything down with a password. And here's some other bad news for you. I didn't even share that information with the other brains, and I don't plan on telling anyone. We did see Lilith getting angry with Edison on her back, being like, you know, you're starting to get on my nerves. And York just laughing her butt off, being like, ha! That password and the royal government are the two armors that is protecting me. So you can't do nothing. By the way, I'm starting to get hungry. Do you guys got some burgers or anything? And we just see Lilith being like, no! Ah, God! Page 6? Ah, no, I'm still stuck on page 5. I just missed some parts. Give me a second. Oh, sorry, I saw something earlier, but give me a... Okay, so we see Stussy being like, looks like we're surrounded from every side. And the fleet comprises of 100 Navy ships and nearly 30,000 Marines on board. And we have, Vegapunk. Why am I bad at this? We just see him being like, yes, it seems we have a dire situation on our hands. And we just see Sanji being Sanji, handing a cup of tea to Stussy, being like, here you go, Stussy-chan. Do you want a cup of coffee? I need to take speaking classes. Anyways, we see Vegapunk looking over to Nami being like, your name was Nami, correct? You're the navigator of the crew, right? And we just see her being like, yes, sir. Now then, on to page 6. Finally. Wait. Am I on page 6? Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm on page 6, so give me just a second. Okay, so we have Nami's log posts, which I forgot the name of the New World ones. Anyways, we have Nami being like, well, the log post is not pointed to a new location yet. However, I think we can still follow the other directions that it recorded from Wano. And one of them is pointing northeast from here. And we see Vegapunk being like, ah, yes, that's where Elfbath is. This is so great. We see both Luffy and Usopp reacting at the same time with being like, Elfbath? We're finally going there? We've been dreaming of going there ever since back at Little Garden. We're finally going to the Islands of the Giants. Which to me is like, yes! We're finally going to the Island of the Giants! Oh yeah, Robin is also speechless by this because we get to have the reunion, the reunion, the reunion. Why is this chair so squeaky? Anyways, I am so confused. Oh, I see. I'm still stuck on page 6. Hang on, there's still some more information. Okay, so we have Luffy and Usopp just celebrating as they're singing Elf Bath, it's surely to be big, and the people there too. We have Dusty looking over to Rob Lucci just glaring at her, and she's like, quit staring at me, dude. We have Vegapunk that's starting to explain like the plan that's going on. So he's like, well, luckily for us, your ship is already on the Lavosphere stratum. However, since the island is completely surrounded by the marine blockade, it's going to be impossible for us to escape from the coast. And then it shows like the map of Egghead from the map view. Duh. And he explains while the direction is pointing that way. He's like, we have to go northeast on the other side of the island. Fortunately, the Vega Force 01 is already stationed next to your ship. As we see the Sunny, and with the Vega Force 01 just sitting right next to it. Alright. If I'm correct, page 7. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay, so we see Vegapunk explain the plan as it's showing like the Vega Force 01 carrying the ship, the Sunny, my bad. And he's like, well, I hope it can carry us all the way through the marine blockade, but it can only fly within the airfield of Egghead. It will fall down as soon as we leave the airfield range of the island. We did see Frankie being like, hey, no problem at all. The Sunny can take over from there before we leave that airfield range. No one will be able to catch us if we fly 1 kilometer straight. And we just see Vegapunk being very impressed, being like, my word! That ship can fly a full kilometer? Very well, we're gonna go with that plan. We did see Frankie be like, it's powered by cola. And him just like, cola? I love this. I hope we see a lot more of this whenever they escape. We did see Atlas being like, that's a very good plan. However, we need to disable the Frontier Dome first before we can escape. We did see this very smug York being like, ha! You're never going to get that password from me. We did see Vegapunk, Edison, and Atlas all just being prideful, typing down on their computer, being like, in that case, we're just going to have to hack it. And all three of them says, do not underestimate the great Vegapunk. Wait, what page am I on now? Crap. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm on page 9. Okay, so we have Vegapunk just doing like a salute, being like, Lilith, I'm going to leave the the Vegaforce 01 to you. We didn't see Lilith, Luffy, Bonnie, and Frankie running outside of the laboratory as Lilith is saying, okay, let's move the ship to the other side of the lavosphere, but we need to hurry. The barrier might open up at any time now. And we see Frankie being like, you're right. Though disabling it will allow us to escape, it also means that enemies can fire upon us at any moment. And we see Lilith being like, exactly. She then gets smiley and stuff as she says, you know, I'll be honest, I never left this island before. And we just see Frankie being like, hey, we're not going for a picnic, you know that, right? And we see Luffy with a big backpack behind him being like, I'm gonna miss the food here. And Bonnie's like, same. We won't be able to eat anymore like we did oh my god, I'm reading it wrong. Here I am, graduated with a bachelor's degrees and all that stuff, and I still can't freaking read. Anyways, she's like, same here. We're not going to be able to eat the food like we did, so let's bring some more pizzas. And Luffy's like, well, we have cheese on the ship, so you don't have to worry about that. Sanji is going to make some good food for us. We didn't see Bonnie smiling, being like, I see. He's a great man, both skilled at cooking and strong in battle. Do I see a love triangle here? Between Sanji, Pudding, and Bonnie? Well. Anyways, we see Luffy being like, you know, why are you in a good mood? It's so weird. We did see them running into the forest where Bonnie is like, well, I feel a lot better now that I gave up on killing Vegapunk. And we see Luffy being like, good. That way I don't have to get annoyed by your crying anymore like you did last night. And she's like, I wasn't crying! Anyways, I think I'm on page 10. Every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I was on page 10, so now I'm on page 11. Okay, so back over to the fleet. We have some soldiers being like, Rob Lucci has made contact. What? It's one of those darn dogs. Get out of here. Yeah. Get out of here. Sorry. Darn dogs. I don't know if they're wild dogs or the neighbors just letting them run loose and stuff, but they always come over to the yard and stuff, pooping on it and barking and all that crap. And they won't tie him up or put him in the house or whatever. Oh, that bark is going to get annoying. You guys can't hear it though, can you? As long as you guys can't hear it, that's all that matters. Whoa. A good large. I don't think y'all can hear it, so you're good. Anyways, back to the story. We see, like, the soldiers being like, Rob Lucci has made contact with us. We now know what's going on. We gotta relay this information to everyone at once. we did see Garcia Saturn talking to Borsellino as he's saying, like, you hear that? It seems that Straw Hat was, no, this is Borsellino talking about this. Straw Hat was talking arrogantly about us, huh? And believing that he has complete control over this whole situation. However, they're still corner rats in the end, so it doesn't really matter. We didn't see Garcia being like, the Frontier Dome is a defense system that uses lasers, am I right? Since you're a light man, can't you just go straight through them? And we see Borsellino being like, that might be possible. But, a friend of mine is guarding the station up there. And okay, page 12. Yep, page 12. I am on page 12 now. But how? Okay, so we see Garcia and Borsellino continuing their talk. You know, I'm just gonna say Kizaru. Yeah, Kizaru. We see Saturn being like, well, you just need to ignore him. And Kizaru's like, well, I can't ignore him. He's determined to fight because of his duty. Plus, doing that is going to go against my ideas. We didn't see him continuing on talking as he's saying, like, also, if we start our assault right now, Sid Tomorrow is going to order those Mecha Sea Beast weapons and 50 of his pacifistas to sink our fleet. The casualties will be enormous. We did see Garcia just getting annoyed by this, with him holding on to his hat, being like, "Urgh, the situation is getting more and more complicated." Do we know the location of the power plant at least? We did see Borsellino putting down like a sheet of paper? Or he's holding on to the map. No, there's no map. He did put down a sheet of paper. Wait. Wonder if that's a FIFA card. Okay, this might sound crazy, but what if you can write down on a FIFA card and it's able to transmit its message throughout the other FIFA cards, you know? Has anyone done a theory on that? That could explain how Whitebeard was able to get all of his fleet together for the epic war. Oh, sup? Hope you're enjoying the stream. Just doing a little bit reaction to chapter 1090 of One Piece. So if you haven't caught up, make sure you're careful, okay? Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, that's good. Alrighty, I'm gonna continue on with this. Like I was talking about, it seems like Kizaru has let down a piece of paper saying like Rob Lucci has already sent all the information he needed. And I'm thinking it's one of the FIFA cards. Because I was wondering, can you write down on a FIFA card and it's able to transfer its message throughout all the other FIFA cards? Because if that is, that could explain some stuff, like how Whitebeard was able to gather up his fleet during the Paramount War. I never heard anyone else talking about this, so I'm wondering if I'm the first that brought it up. If not, that's fine. But anyways, on the page 13. Okay, so what character I like the most in One Piece? That's kind of hard to say. And the reason is because there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of good characters. The Straw Hats are really good. Like, all of them are really good. So, I really like Usopp and Jinbei too. They're really good characters. I just don't know which one's my favorite. I would say Luffy because he's carefree and it seems like he's a guy that I can get along with. But that's kind of like a generic answer, so I don't know. Someone asked me about this before, and I still can't come up with an answer. I think I'll wait until One Piece ends, and then I'll give my answer. How does that sound? Oh, yeah. Like, he came up with some stuff that I wouldn't even thought of, which is really cool. But yeah, um, so we have all the soldiers being like battle stations, battle station, battle station, battle station, battle station. We didn't see the huge guy with like the black beard and stuff being like, tell all the six power users to be on standby. The operation is going to begin shortly, and we see him like, yes, sir. We see the old granny being like, we need to free all the cyberpool Asians from those pirates. And we hear him being like, yes, ma'am. We see the long neck dude that kind of makes me think of a worm. Or, no, he's got multiple chins. Never mind. He's being like, the toenail bombardment units. Remember, the bomb blasters are not going to work on the pacifistas. So make sure you aim it at the mecha sea beasts. We hear him being like, yes, sir. We also see the Fang dude. But cutting over to Luffy's group, we see him just bouncing around on the ground as we see Luffy laughing as he's saying like, I love these Sky Island grounds. I miss it. And we see Frankie being like, ha! I finally get what you mean. But stay focused. We got a goal to settle here. And we see, oh yeah, he's also saying like, looks like we're back at the sunny. As we see Lilith going to the Vega Force 1, and Bonnie is seeing the ship. Now to, oh, page 13. Okay. Looks like we're finally getting to some good battling. We see Kizaru being like, Yata no Kamagi. Oh, Kamami. I am sorry, my Japanese is not that good. Yata no Kagagi. Kagami. Kagami. Yato no Kagami. There we go. As he's preparing, like his little hands thing that he normally does. We see like the island being surrounded by ships and sea beasts as a shining light appears. Suddenly, a beam of light passes by one of the bears and bounces all across the city as he's saying, let's go at it then. No, this is Tomorrow saying, let's go at it then, uncle. We did see the pacifistas listening to communication as Tomorrow saying like, all pacifista units, it is time! Destroy the enemies! Now on to page 14. Ooh, this is gonna be good. we see Kizaru in his life form being like, "Prepare yourself, Sentomaru," as he is bolting at Sentomaru, who is just getting into a defensive stance. And Sentomaru saying like, "My defense is the strongest in the world," as he was able to block Kizaru's kick. Back up to the Luffy and the others, they're seeing a display of giant lights. Yeah, he is, in a sense. However, I mean, we don't see enough of Sentomaru and stuff. Like, the only time he ever appeared was back at Salaboi Archipelago. Then we saw him at the Paramount War. Then we saw him back at Archipelago whenever the Straw Hats reunite. And now we're seeing him here. Which, now that I think about it, we have seen him a little more compared to some other characters. I just think that he didn't got a good enough play to shine, you know? Or, what am I saying? The way I see it, he doesn't get enough screen time. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, to finish up the reaction, we have him reacting to the shining display of lights, being like, "What's that? Lights are coming down from below." And we see Luffy just reacting as if he's having post-traumatic disorder, being like, "Hey, someone very strong is coming." Ooh. And that is the end of this chapter, and I will see no break next week, so we are probably going to be back here soon. Very soon. But yeah, let's do a review of... Oh, sorry, I didn't see your other message. I know, I want to see what he's capable of. But yeah, let's see about what we learned, shall we? We pretty much have Luffy pretty much telling them to back off or they're going to hurt York. We have the Goro say just pretty much preparing for the worst. We have the Straw Hats pretty much just, you know, being themselves, which is always great. We got to see that the Cyber Pools are happy and celebrating that the Straw Hats gave them food. We also got to learn that the Seraphim are currently locked up in the Bubble Shields. We also got to learn that S-Snake has a crush on Luffy, the same as Boa Hancock, which Shinbei is finding very amusing. We also end up learning that two of the Vegapunks are dead. So Shaka and Pythagoras, I think they're goners. Which is sad, because I was hoping to see a lot more of them, you know? Okay, so we also see that they got a plan that they're going to escape to Elbaf, which that's going to be something. We also see that Rob Lucci is somehow relaying what's going on to Saturn and Kizaru. I'm thinking it's a FIFA card. Let's see. And now they are launching their attack. We see Sentomaru is going to face off against Kizaru for a little bit. And we got Luffy kind of freaking out, being like someone strong is on the island. Which, of course, is Kizaru. Now, what are my thoughts about the future? Obviously, we're going to see Kizaru fight against Sentomaru, which I don't think Sentomaru is going to be able to defeat him, because, you know, he's an admiral. And we may see the start of Luffy fighting against Kizaru. And I cannot wait to see that, because that is a grudge match that needs to be shown. After all, it was Kizaru that almost wiped out the Straw Hats. But yeah, guess that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, we also got to see him trying to escape from the island, which, the way it sounds like, we probably got a few more chapters to go before we can head on straight to Elbaf. I say that, watch, I say that and it turns out there's going to be like 20 more chapters to go. But I think we're nearing the end of Egghead, and we're going to head straight on to Elbaf. And I cannot wait for that! So yeah, guess that's pretty much it, officially now. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited to see Kizaru going to fight against the Straw Hats? Can you not wait to see Elbaf once again? Also, will all the Vegapunks still make it out of here alive? This and so many more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you all for coming on this fantastic reaction stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did, and got to learn some fascinating details about what's going on Egghead Island. Anyways, please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you're able to see all my previous videos. Also check me out on Twitter, aka X now, so you're able to see my announcements and polls. Also check me out on Twitch as well, as that's also where I do some of my videos. So with that, I bid this show adieu. So long. See ya. Bye-bye. Hasta la vista. See you later, alligators. Okay, bye. Hello? Oh no! I can't leave! I can't pull on my thing! Oh well. I'll just leave like Kizaru would, which means I'm going to disappear. Bye everyone!